Hi guys, so today we are having a look at the new Barry M All Night Long range. So they have brought out primers, foundations and concealers. So price wise it's $4.49 for the concealer and $6.99 for the stick foundation and primers. So there's 8 grams in the foundation, 6.5 grams in the primer and 5 mils in the concealer. Now, I've got the lightest shade, which is Milk. This is not the most extensive of shade ranges. In fact, let me just double check with their website about how many shades there are. There's 8, so that's not ideal. What I will say is that these are paraben free. The primer, is oil free. They are vegan. There's nothing to say whether the concealer is vegan. I wonder if it says on the website. But yeah, basically they've jumped on the bandwagon with the stick foundations. I feel like this is kind of what everybody is doing now. And, you know, why not? So I picked mine up the other week. Wow, the concealer is actually available in even less shades. There's 6 of them. And I don't see any information about whether or not it is vegan. Okay, I will do some more research and I will add that in somewhere. So one thing that had slightly put me off this product, and I'm going to demonstrate, it might just be that the ones that were on, display were older or whatever, but that's the foundation in the shade Milk, and then this is the concealer in the shade Milk. That Milk's gone off. Yeah, they're totally different shades. But I've done my makeup with them today, blended out, they still kind of work together, but there's a lot of yellow in that foundation that I'm not seeing in the concealer shade. I wish these match better. But I've done my makeup with these today, so let's see how we got on. Let's get started. The primer is in a white tube, just so you can kind of easily tell it apart from the foundation. So it's just a twisty up stick. And I am going to prime the right side of my face and not the left, just so we can see if this makes any difference whatsoever. So I'm just going to throw some shapes on my face and blend it out with my fingers. Because I used to use a brush to blend out my primer as well because I saw people doing it. Do you know what? I don't think it made any difference to how the primer worked, and it just made my brushes much kind of, I don't know, like the bristles were all stuck together and clumpy and not nice. So I'm going back to my fingers. I went back to my fingers years ago. So this is a very silicone-y feeling. Ingredients are not on here, they're probably under this bottom bit. Anyway, so doesn't really have a scent, which is nice. So that's good, and I can feel it kind of setting down into like a powdery kind of feel. So next we've got the foundation. This is down as a medium coverage foundation. Normally I like my full coverage, but we will see whether this is buildable. And I've got shade 1 Milk. So I'm just going to grab my Nancy foundation brush and let's see how this goes. So again with the twisty up. Whew. Okay, so let's start drawing some random shapes because, why not? Although I kind of now look like I've drawn like a wee stick man on my face. So let's just finish him off. Did not intend to do that. So let's zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see how this blends out and whether it blends any differently on the primed and unprimed side. So that was a primed side. That's the unprimed side. All honesty, I'm not convinced that they look mega different. I certainly don't think it blended much differently. but we'll see. So my skin's kind of stressed out and spotty just now, so sorry if that grosses you guys out that I'm zoomed in on it, but it's a fact of life, it happens. So, okay, so blended out super easily, super quick, but yeah, definitely a lighter coverage than I would normally want. I am going to go in with another layer just to see if, you know, if this is buildable, basically. And I'm not drawing stick men this time. We do still have the concealer to try out though, so all good on the coverage front. Blend in my chin strap. Does anybody else just do random shapes on their face? Does anybody have like a set pattern that they do every day if they're using a stick foundation? You know, I want to know if I'm crazy or, you know, normal. So that's actually built up okay on the cheeks. My nose I still want extra help with, but, you know, we're going to try out the concealer. So this feels really nice and light. It doesn't feel sticky or particularly creamy, although it has now transferred on my hands, so I shouldn't have done that. So we'll get the concealer on and then we'll get this set down. So again, I got the concealer in the shade Milk. This is not a stick, but again, it's the All Night Long. I kind of wish they had put it in a stick just so everything matched, but personally I actually prefer liquid concealer, so you know, neither side of my personality will ever be completely happy. So, so it's just an ordinary doe foot, no giant, massive Tarte Shape Tape Revolution style thing, which when it comes to spot concealing will be better. When it comes to my under eye, I've had to double dip. Not gonna lie, my skin stings. Let's see if that goes away. Hoping it does. Okay. Right away as soon as I blended it out. And I do have eye cream and stuff on as well, so really this shouldn't have even really had that much contact with my skin because there's layers. How strange. Let me know if you try this and you get that feeling. I'm going to try it on the rest of my face anyway, so we'll see if it was just kind of, I don't know, something to do with my eye cream in this, dunk on, or whatever, but that is a nice concealer. And it has stopped now that it's blended out. So let's just do my nose, my little spot there that won't go away, and that one, and that one. My usual corners of my nose. This does feel like a very liquidy concealer, so I do feel like I can kind of go all over my face and then go back and blend it out. Unlike with the Revolution or the Urban Decay 24/7. Is it 24/7? Or is it All Nighter? All Nighter. All Nighter and All Night Long. See, again, this feels like a very light formula, same as the foundation. Okay. Okay, so now that I've got concealer on, I would say I'm pretty happy with the coverage. I'm going to put a tiny bit extra down here just to kind of even it out. Tiny bit, big massive splooge. So yeah, I'm going to get this set. Can't use my normal powder brush because I washed it last night, and because it's such a massively thick brush, it still hasn't dried. So It's not happening. Okay, I need to stop just randomly poking at my face with my foundation brush. So I'm just going to quickly set with the Revolution Lace Powder. I have been enjoying this. Using it a lot lately. As you can probably see, I've actually managed to put a dent in this giant bottle. So, yeah. And then I'm gonna set this down. I always start on my under eye. I don't really know why. It's the only area I have to be kind of like precise with, so I guess I just kind of get that out of the way and then I can go wee and go crazy because I wear a lot of powder because I'm oily. So we will see how this lasts. I'm going to quickly finish the rest of my makeup and then come back and do a timestamp. But for those of you that want to time it from just now, it is 9:15 and I'll be going about my day. I will do as many check-ins as I can, but also if there's nothing to update you on, I won't come back. No. Right, I think I've actually put out more powder than I needed. Whee! Right, off to finish, and I'll be back to show you the finished face if you want to do your timestamp from that point. Okay, so my full face is finished. It's now 9:28. I have to say, away from my ring light, this has oxidized slightly on me. I'm just going to switch that off actually. And hopefully it will adjust and you'll be able to see. It's not majorly bad, but if that continues throughout the day, we might have a bit of an issue with the colour match. So, ta-da! Back to looking whitewashed. Zooming in, I have got a little bit of kind of like settling in the pores, which, I mean, it's more the powder that's settled, but it's never done that with other foundations, so that's kind of like, not ideal. But it's set down, it still feels nice, and we'll just see how it goes throughout the day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not seeing any massive difference between the prime side and the non-prime side, but we will sit with it throughout the day and we will see how it finishes up later. Quick update, it is 11:05 and as you can see I'm starting to get a little bit glowier, but I'm away out with my family now, so we'll see how glowy I am when I come back. Right, so it's now 2:30, so I've had this foundation on for just over 5 hours. And I'm not overly impressed. I feel bad saying that because I love Barry M. But let's have a look. So, cover on my chin has worn off. It doesn't really look like there's a lot left of anything there. Same for my nose, quite a lot has worn off. Same for my forehead, which is really strange because I have worn my fringe clipped back all day. My under eye area, I think some of that might be to do with my eyeshadow, but it's still not looking the greatest. So yeah, at the moment, I'm not impressed with this. It's definitely not suitable for oily skin. Saying that, it's not aimed at oily skin, I guess, because it's a stick foundation and it's lightweight and vitamin E to moisturise, but it says all night long, so you expect it to last reasonably well. And so far, it's not. I am going to keep wearing this. Again, I'm not going out anywhere else today, so I will just keep it on for the sake of seeing whether I think there is any difference between the prime side and the non-prime side. I mean, maybe it looks slightly smoother, but no. I will keep checking in and we will see. Okay, so it is now 11 o'clock at night, so I've had this foundation on for a while. 13 and a half hours, I think. So Oddly, the oil kind of reached a certain point and stopped. Same with the loss of coverage, which is kind of strange, if you ask me. Excuse the crazy hair, by the way. It's been really warm here in Glasgow, and I've been running around trying to organise for a holiday, so bear with me. So, wear-wise, I'm not really seeing any huge difference between the non-prime side and the prime side. I don't know about you guys, but that for me means I'm definitely saying that the primer is not worth it and isn't really adding anything. Maybe if you've got lots of, I don't know, maybe texture to your skin, it would help smooth it over, but in terms of like how long it lasts, I'm not really going to say it adds much. The foundation itself, I like the feeling, I like the blending out of it, I like that it was buildable, but for me, it's not lasting all night long, and I think if you have oily skin, it's not going to be a long-wearing good option. The concealer, I don't know what to think about because bits of my eyes kind of look better than others, but they still don't look great. But then I normally put a corrector on and I didn't with this. And also, it's just been a crazy hot day. Even my eye makeup's melting, and that's Urban Decay and Kiko. So, crazy. I think I might give this a few more shots, but on top of a foundation that I already know I love and works for me. So possibly if I get a chance there will be an update kind of thrown into this video, just letting you know how I got on with this with other products. So, you know, we'll get a verdict on this at some point, but for these two, primer is a no-go. And the foundation, if you don't have oily skin and don't particularly need a full coverage, try it out. It's a cruelty-free, reasonable price. See how you get on, and yeah, I'll be back when I know more about this. Okay, so not in my normal filming location. I am on holiday in Budapest and I bought too many sweets. So the foundation, not the foundation, the concealer from Barry M, I've actually been using most of the time while I've been away, and this has been on for about, ooh, what time are we at now? This has probably been on for about 12 hours, and I'd say we've still got pretty good coverage. So I think when this didn't last very well, it was more to do with the foundation and not really reflecting on the concealer. So if you're looking for a kind of brightening concealer without too high coverage, then this is definitely one to check out for a nice budget. It doesn't advertise itself as brightening, but just given how much paler it is compared to the foundation with the same name, it's kind of what it's going to end up doing for you. So, see you guys later. If you've got any questions about any of these products, leave them down below and I'll get back to you. And yeah, bye.